ATM, America's Thinking Man here. Thanks for listening. Let's do a quick one. The shoe bomber, the underwear bomber, the Boston bombers, the terrorists in Orlando. What do they all have in common? Some government agency somewhere was told that these guys were in trouble. They actually brought some of them in and interviewed them, talked to them. So the government agencies were aware that these people may try something dangerous and deadly. Now, the shoe bomber, the underwear bomber, the Boston bombers, and the Orlando terrorists, what things do they not have in common? Shoe bomber, underwear bomber were taken out before they could do any damage, but they were not taken out by any government agency. They were taken out by the average person walking the street, you and me. Those people went into action. They were the first responders. They were their own first responders. They stopped these guys from doing their deadly mission, and nobody was hurt. The Boston bomber, the bombers, the Orlando terrorists, what do they have in common? They were able to kill dozens of our fellow citizens, fellow Americans, died, were maimed, were butchered by these people, even after the government brought them in and interviewed them and were told numerous times that there's something up with these people, you need to watch them. When the first responders showed up after the Boston bombings, what did they do? They gathered up cameras. They looked and found a couple of suspicious kids, and then they asked for help, even though they knew who those guys were. When the first responders showed up in Orlando, what did they do? 3 hours it took them, or as a standoff, before they got one guy. And there was actually an armed police officer with 2 police officers for backup there before everybody showed up, before the SWAT teams and all the other police officers showed up. The one guy was actually on duty there as a bodyguard, I guess, or an armed guard in this place, but yet that guy was still able to kill 49 people, 49 of our fellow citizens. So, if you're an American that is stupid enough to want to give up your right, your Second Amendment right to protect yourself, and wait for the first responders to show up, instead of being your own first responder, unfortunately, our thoughts and our prayers are going to go out for you, because the first responders' mission is to stay alive. Regardless of what you think the first responders' mission is, their mission is to stay alive so they can do their job and take out the bad guys. In the interim, people are dying. Ask yourself this question. Those police officers thought, for some reason, that the Orlando terrorists may have had a bomb. I think it took 6 hours for the robot to go through and check to verify that inside the club there were no explosive devices. Now ask yourself, were there any people in that place still alive, bleeding to death, and who subsequently died in there while 6 hours went by and they had that robot going through there? So the first responders' mission, stay alive. Again, their thoughts and prayers will go out to you. But if you are an American that is smart and realizes after something like that happened in Orlando that you better be your own first responder. Because there was a cop on the site. They didn't even have to call 911 and wait 9 minutes or more for the police to show up. The police were there already. Your duty, go get your best 2 buddies, Mr. Smith, Mr. Wesson, Get yourself trained, get yourself a carry permit, and feel a little safer because you're your own first responder. Don't wait for 9/11. Work with the Second Amendment and protect yourself. Because the first responder's mission is to stay alive. And that's your mission when you are your own first responder. Stay alive so you can protect others, you can protect your family, and you can protect yourself. ATM America's Thinking Man here. God bless America. Thanks for listening. Have a good one.